Hello there, people. Welcome back to the EagleBite83 channel where the past never dies. I'm, of course, your host, EagleBite, and welcome back to another episode of ARK Scorched Earth. Tonight, we are going to do a Loremaster stream. I call it that since we're going to be focusing on getting the Explorer notes, just to reveal the story. Now, the thing is, with the story in Scorched Earth, I have realized that it follows a little bit of a different form than the story in the island. You see, when you collect notes in the island, there's 4 characters that you follow in the story, and they all exist pretty much at the same time. They interconnect and they talk with each other. You get the references here, and you get it like secondhand or third. You're a third party to what they're doing, and you can like see their thoughts and all that. So they're always like existing simultaneously. They're interacting with one another. In Scorched Earth, the story is a little different. It follows another format because there are, again, 4 characters, but 2 of them exist in a time that is like way before the other 2. So there's a bit of a time skip in between. So the first 2 people that exist in the Scorched Earth lore are the 2 people that we don't know anything about except for what we have learned in the notes. Raya and Dakea, the ones who actually founded the ruins, the settlements, and all that. And then there's like a massive time skip until, I don't know how long it is, but after the time skip, that's when Helena and Rockwell arrive on this ark. So it's just good to know that going in. And I have actually collected all the the pre-time skip notes. I figured that I don't need to stream what we get there because they don't have any voice actors anyway. It's just text pretty much. So we are going to jump in, and how we're going to do this is I'm going to go through note by note, first with Helena and then Rockwell. I'm going to go through them. The first ones that I've already found, I'm going to go through them one by one so we can hear her talk. As soon as we reach one that we don't have, we're going to go find it. In that way, we're going to be able to piece together the story of what actually happened to Helena and Rockwell after they ascended from the island. That is what we're going to be doing tonight. I hope you are ready for that, because that's pretty much the one thing I'm going to be focusing on. But besides that, I'm going to be here, and you can talk to me and just have a chill time if you want to. So, also, I'm going to try once again to play some music from an outside source. But this time, I'm not using YouTube. I'm using Spotify this time. And I'm not using any commercial music either. I'm using, at least what the playlist says, is no copyright music. Twitch safe gaming, DMCA, what is it, like DMCA, what does it say? DMCA free songs. There you go. So I'm going to try that. I figured that because it lagged so much last time, it may have been because there was video in the YouTube clips. So maybe this will like lessen the bandwidth stress. We have, for all intents and purposes, streamed with Spotify before, and it has worked, I think. So let's try to do that this time. All right, let's go. starting up the game. Wait, what's going on? Oh shit. Helicopter crash in the Hudson in New York. Mm-hmm. Alright, never mind. Alright. And I will be using a fire drake to fly around. Because this one actually has high stamina. So I'll be able to, like, boost with it for the longest amount of time. At least I think it's... Wait, I need to check something here real quick. Oh, you again? Okay. Nope. I don't need that. I have too much oil already. And we can throw away these. Yeah, go for it. Actually, I'll take these and feed the animals while we're doing the lore thing. Today I also created a way up to that shelf up there. That's now assigned to be my breeding area. Whereas the top of the plateau is reserved for the army that I'm assembling to fight the boss. That area over there is more where I put my highest level wyverns and allow them to lay eggs. And of course, this is the wyvern egg incubation circle right here. This has actually served me really well, I have to say. Let's see here. Stamina 831.6. 831.6. 831.6. What about you, Scuzzy? Yeah, he's got more stamina than Scuzzy, so yeah, that actually makes sense then. I also named this this area the helicopter pad. Because doesn't it look like it's a helicopter that's perched there? He is pretty much a helicopter as well. He acts in every way like a helicopter. Over here, I even named this, like, helicopter refueling system. Oh, shit! He's actually out of it. There you go. There we go. Let's refuel the helicopter. But yeah, it was getting a bit too crowded here. It was getting a bit too crowded here with all the wyverns perched here along the ledge here. So I figured I needed somewhere else, and it actually presented itself perfectly that, you know, there's a shelf over there as well. Let's go check it out before we start. So basically you walk up here, do a little zigzag here. And then up here, we have the breeding shelf. I call it the breeding shelf. So you climb up here, and then you walk up here. Which looks kind of steep, but isn't. Over here are my breeding pairs. These are currently my best lightning wyverns. These are my currently best fire drakes, or fire wyverns. And this is the only poison wyvern that is actually good, sort of, and it's I only have females. I only have 2 poison wyverns, and the ones that I do have are females, so I can't really breed the poison spitters yet. Of course, and also because there's no real threat coming, but I always want to, like, you know, add a little spice, so I put, like, these things here just for protection. Yeah, and over here I put a fridge for egg storage, pretty much. In here, I don't really have that many eggs at all. I have two fire wyvern eggs and two lightning wyvern eggs. So we'll see what comes from that. Got a couple of vulture eggs as well, unfertilized. All right, let's start the show, shall we? Yes, we shall.
I had to pick the desert. Why the hell did I pick the desert?
Who knows?
Well, I suppose pick is a rather strong word for it. I'm still not entirely certain just how I got that console working, but it suddenly started cycling through holographic images of different destinations far from the island that I'd been living on. Of course, I just had to go and press another button while it was showing off one that contained miles and miles of bloody desert. And here I am. That's just typical of me, isn't it? Always leaping, never looking. Oh well, better make the best of it. And by that, I mean better not die of heat exhaustion.
I wonder if we should do Helena and Rockwell intertwined, or just follow Helena down a single path and then Rockwell down a single path. Now it'll be too. I'll get confused. Let's just do do one at a time.
My hunting skills are seriously out of practice. Not that I was ever spectacular, but I feel like I'd graduated from smashing bugs with a rock at some point. At least I was thoroughly rewarded for my efforts. My hunch was spot on. These big green bastards are carrying drinkable water on their backs, and thank goodness for that. I may have never known if I'd killed a red one first, since those carry oil instead. Far less useful when you're dying of thirst, let me tell you. I may be fighting the inevitable, though. I'm still on foot, and still alone. Definitely miss Athena. I'm on a roll. By sheer coincidence, I stumbled into another group of survivors today, and they didn't try to kill me or anything.
Oh.
If I didn't know how probability actually worked, I'd say that this recent string of good luck is the universe making up for sending me to the bloody desert in the first place. The caravanners were welcoming, and the creatures they ride are fascinating. They seem like dinosaurs, but they also appear to share some biology with camels. Bizarre. For all its oddities, the island never had anything like that. I'll have to study them after a nap. All this desert survival's left me knackered.
Knackered. Helena 4, right?
If I'd ended up in this place instead of on that island,
Yeah.
I'd have never imagined the ecosystem was natural. Not for 2 seconds. Take these morellatops. They're a cross between a ceratops, a morellodon, and a camel. And the strangest part? There are places in its humps where you can stick a spigot and get clean drinking water. Tastes like piss, but not only is it safe, it doesn't even harm the morellatops. Definitely the result of genetic engineering. But I knew that, didn't I? It's time to get to the water. Maybe studying the creatures here with my new perspective will yield some insight.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, we will not be doing Spotify music whilst we're listening to the audiobook of Helena's notes. So whenever we're going to be doing Spotify, that's going to be when we don't listen to the audiobooks. Audiobooks? What? Where were we, Helena? It wasn't 4, was it?
If I'd ended up in this
No.
place instead of
5.
on that island, I'd have never imagined. Today,
There we
I
go.
caught a glimpse of what the caravanners call the endless dunes. The desolate sea of sand that apparently surrounds the livable portion of the desert on all sides.
Yeah,
Now, those
that's...
dunes can't literally be endless, but it's easy to see why one would think that. Not only do they stretch to the horizon, but they're home to, get this, giant sandworms that will devour anything that sets foot in their domain.
Yep.
I laughed that off at first. Then I saw a creature, the size of a train, burst up from the sand and devour a wild Morellatops that had wandered into its territory. I suppose I'll just have to learn to walk without rhythm.
So weird when she says the size of a train. Like, I understand if she would say the size of a locomotive, but a train? So many things can be like a train. There you go. Enjoy. Six is down here. This is my only gripe with all the notes and the audiobooks and whatnot. They all end up in such weird orders. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I naturally assumed this was like 6. But then it's 9, 10, 11. 6 and 7 is like down here. I hate the order of the... Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Oh my god! Raya is the first one ever that has her stuff neatly ordered. Wow. Great. And then you look at Dakea. 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 28, 29, 30. Like, what? Rockwell, too. Like, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 17, 18, 20, 23, 24, 25, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. I hate these fucking orders. Whoever made it so that the orders were this fucked up with the explorer notes in the logbook seriously need to get what's coming to them. Because to an OCDer like me, that just feels wrong, you know, like seriously wrong. Okay, where were we? Number 6.
As absurd as the deathworms are, I see their purpose. They're a natural barrier. If this whole place is a space station posing as a real ecosystem, then it needs to keep the wildlife and humans inside it contained in a way that appears natural. The island accomplished that by simply being an island. And the desert does it via the deathworms. Granted, a large population of predators with ludicrous kilocalorie needs would never last long in a place as devoid of prey. But as this is an artificial environment, the station can feed or replace the deathworms as needed. It's a little convoluted, but it makes sense.
Oh, I actually need food if I'm gonna go... Yeah, okay. I don't even have... Okay, never mind then. Yes, food. Let's also start cooking some so that I can have some food when I get back. There we go. Good. Alright. 7. Helena 7.
Time to go over the facts. Like the island, this desert is a space station posing as a natural environment. It is inhabited by a large population of dangerous, genetically engineered creatures, and a small population of humans that are struggling to survive. This whole environment is then deliberately contained by a combination of holographic horizon and natural barriers. Assuming the other space stations are at all similar, then this whole thing is starting to look like some kind of bizarre experiment on a grand scale. Yes, each station would represent an experimental group, and I'll have to continue this later. One of the caravan scouts just returned in a panic. Something about rocks being alive? Which is, of course, ridiculous.
I also like how this entry shows her how she's like taped 2 pages together to... I don't know if one is like ripped from the other notebook from when she was on the island. But yeah, she's like made sketches of what she believes the island to the right and Scorched Earth to the left, or the desert, looks like. Oh, at least the concept. Okay, so it's getting dark, but that's okay. We have NVGs with us. We have food. Let's just replenish the Zawasa. There we go. That was the last one I had, right? And then it's number 8.
Time to go over the facts.
Okay.
Like the
Gotcha.
island, this desert is a space station posing as a natural environment. It is inhabited by a large population of dangerous, genetically engineered creatures.
Helena
and a
Note
small
8.
population
Okay,
of
there we go.
humans that are struggling to survive. This whole environment is then deliberately contained by a combination of holographic horizon and natural barriers. Assuming the other space stations are at all similar, then this whole thing is starting to look like some kind of bizarre experiment on a grand scale. Yes, each station would represent an experimental group, and I'll have to continue this later. One of the caravan scouts just returned in a panic. Something about rocks being alive? Which is, of course, ridiculous.
Which is, of course, ridiculous. Still at $9.99. As soon as it starts counting down, like rolling down the numbers, we know we're getting closer. There we go. Very good. Interesting. Oh, wait. Down this way. Oh, time to put on the old NVGs. Actually, let's see if we can find the first one here without NVGs. It's not that black. Ah, here it is. Perfect. I'll tell you something that I've discovered with wyverns. They suck as bodyguards. They are extremely bad at killing off prey that are attacking that's attacking you, or predators that are attacking you. For instance, if you have a thyla or a raptor or anything of the kind, they immediately go into threat response, and they kill whatever is attacking you pretty quickly. The wyvern doesn't stay on the ground. The first reaction is to fly up, and then it like flies around to try to like get a good angle, and then it dives down and gets one bite on the creature that's attacking you, and then it flies away. It takes like forever. If it's a even a medium leveled creature, it'll take like a long time before the wyvern actually kills it. They should really only be used as, you know, bombers, assaulters, probably boss fighters. But they're not really that well suited for protection and brawling.
I long for the days when I thought a Tyrannosaurus frolicking through the snow was the height of absurdity. Compared to yesterday, that seems commonplace. As the scout had so eloquently put, the rocks were indeed alive. Alive, and in the shape of a massive bipedal golem, and exceedingly angry. I was too shocked to scatter like the others when it charged. And for a moment, I was certain that I would die. Then something even more ludicrous happened. Lightning crashed into the golem. But it didn't come from the sky. It came from the mouth of a bloody dragon. I don't recall much else. Fear and instinct pretty much took over for the rest of the day. And while that helped me survive, I'm once again on my own.
A bloody dragon. Yeah. These dragonkin are well, the way they are. Let's see. Next is Helena 9. Do we have Helena 9? Helena 9. Yes, we do. There we go.
I remember now. The dragon had a rider. Rather, the wyvern did. 2 legs means it's a wyvern. Struth, listen to me. Fighting to survive and still finding time for semantics. The rider was covered up too well to get a good look at them. Could it have been Mei Yin? No, that's stupid. I don't know if she's even alive. Much less in this desert with me. It would be just like her, though. To have tamed the meanest thing here so quickly. It's nice to pretend that a friend might be looking out for me, at least. We were sort of mates, right? Sort of.
Debatable.
I could really use one right now. A friend, I mean.
That was 9, and we have 10. Yep.
Well, I found a new best mate.
Hey!
The little fuzzball isn't exactly what I meant, but I'll take her. I've dubbed her species Rhenopila amplexus. They're small, cuddly little herbivores, and as far as I can tell, taming one has no practical use. I just couldn't let her starve to death, though. I guess all this rubbish with golems and wyverns has squelched what was left of my scientific instinct to leave nature to nature. At least we provide each other with a little warmth at night, and her antics have helped to keep my spirits up. I suppose I'll need to give her a name.
I actually noticed now that these are also taped together, so what I said about the other pages, we can forget that. I guess it's just like the background. That's, you know, what is, pretty much.
I may have been wrong about Rhenopila not having a practical use. Earlier today, my furry new companion started bouncing around so excitedly that I couldn't calm her down. And then soon enough, it started raining. I brushed that off as a coincidence. But soon after filling my water skins and setting off once more, she started acting skittish. I decided to find shelter just in case. And within minutes, light rainfall had turned into an electrical storm. I'll need to find more evidence to draw any firm conclusions, of course. But I wouldn't mind having a fuzzy little weather radar with me. You know, it's a little on the nose, but radar's not a bad name.
Huh. Honestly, I wonder, can you light up a fireplace with the dragon? That would be kind of cool. I wonder if you can do that. Because it's looking to be a bit cold here. Next.
Thank goodness I decided to find some high ground 2 days ago, or I'd never have spotted this settlement. That's twice now.
Wait, it was 11, right?
I can't count on that happening.
No, I mean 12. Yeah, 12, 12. Okay, sorry.
Thank goodness I decided to find some high ground 2 days ago, or I'd never have spotted this settlement. That's twice now that I've stumbled into my own salvation. I can't count on that happening again. I'll need to stay here for a while and prepare before setting out once more. Fortunately, the villagers are willing to let me trade work for supplies and shelter. Another stroke of luck, and another factor I can't rely on. On the island, Rockwell's name got me far. But here, I'm just another stranger. Not everyone will trust or help me. I need to be prepared to survive on my own.
12, 13, and then it's 14, and we don't have 14. No, exactly.
In some ways, surviving on my own was less work. At least then I wasn't conscripted into manual labor. Ugh, my whole body feels sore. I bet I wouldn't have to work if I were as adorable as Rada. The whole village is in love with her. I swear they spoil her like a furry little princess. Rockwell would be livid about this arrangement. I can just hear him ranting about treating scholars with propriety. I hope the old Brit is doing well. Maybe when I've broken this mystery wide open, I'll figure out a way to get him off the island. And we can discuss it all over tea like old times.
Oh, she still thinks he's on the island. She thinks that he's still on the island, but no. He went after Nerva as well, I think, so he just dove in and also ended up in this place. They don't know about each other, their arrival. Okay, that was 13, right? Just to make sure. Yeah, okay.
Surviving on my own was less work.
Time to find
At least
14.
then I wasn't conscripted into manual labor. Ugh, my whole body feels sore.
Oh, that's not too far away.
I wouldn't have to work if I were as adorable as Rada. The whole village is in love with her. I swear they spoil her like a furry little princess. Rockwell would be livid about this arrangement. I can just hear him ranting about treating scholars with propriety. I hope the old Brit is doing well. Maybe when I've broken this mystery wide open, I'll figure out a way to get him off the island. And we can discuss it all over tea like old times.
Wait. We missed it. There it is. I see it. Okay, I think I need to put on some NVGs. Thank you very much. I just don't want to waste them. Oh, there it is. Okay.
While my mind still can't recall the last time I fired a gun, my muscle memory is much better. According to my would-be instructor, I wasn't a complete disaster on the firing range. I'm no pacifist. Death and violence are a part of life, that's just nature. Yet a gun still makes me a little uncomfortable. The idea of shooting at another human just seems instinctively wrong to me. I couldn't even fire at the new Legion back on the island. But I need to pull my weight. The villagers have been welcoming and patient with me. For their sakes, I need to practice.
Let's not waste the NVGs unless necessary. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Okay, that was 14, 15.
I may have to put my freshly polished marksmanship skills to the test sooner than I thought. A hunting party spotted a swarm of giant mantises heading in our direction. Yes, Giant mantises. I haven't spotted them with my own eyes, but the villagers have spoken of them every now and again. They say the insects have these little hands that can actually grip and wield weapons or tools. Sounds absolutely loony, but so is the idea of a mantis swarm at all. They must share ghost mantis's distaste for cannibalism. No one seems keen on fighting them, but they're too close to outrun. Hopefully, they'll just pass us by.
16.
My hopes that the mantises would ignore the village were unfounded, and I think we were all wondering if this morning's sunrise would be our last. Despite all my practice, my rifle felt heavy and foreign in my shaking hands as the swarm advanced. Fortunately, they weren't our only visitors. The villagers erupted in cheers as lightning and fire tore through the advancing insects from above. Some chanted a name, Wali al-Aswad. The rider, still hidden behind black robes, didn't acknowledge the ovation. With swift efficiency, their small flight of wyverns decimated the mantis swarm and made for the horizon. Wali al-Aswad. I need to meet this person, if only to thank them.
That was 16, right?
My hopes
Yeah, okay.
that the mantises would ignore the village were unfounded.
Gotcha.
But I think
Okay,
we were all
17.
wondering if this morning's sunrise would be our last. Despite all my practice, my rifle felt heavy and foreign in my shaking hands.
That's also
as the
pretty
storm
close.
advanced.
Nice.
Fortunately, they weren't our only visitors. The villagers erupted in cheers as lightning and fire tore through the advancing insects from above. Some chanted a name, Wali al-Aswad. The rider, still hidden behind black robes, didn't acknowledge the ovation. With swift efficiency, their small flight of wyverns decimated the mantis swarm and made for the horizon. Wali al-Aswad. I need to meet this person, if only to thank them.
Let's see. Where are you? Down here. No, wait. Here. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. Where are we looking? Behind me and 12 meters away. Wait, okay, so it's... But the heightometer says minus 57. That means it's actually beneath us in maybe in some kind of tunnel? Let's go down to the valley ground here and see what's what. Oh, there it is. Oh, it was... Ah, I was landed on a cliff, on a, like a big plate. Big jutting plate. Something. Excuse me? What the fuck are you doing? You're... Oh, okay, they're fighting. I thought they were biting us.
Just who or what Wali al-Aswad is depends on who you ask. Some of the villagers have attached a religious connotation to the figure, believing it to be some sort of heavenly guardian who appears to the worthy in their time of need. One villager is even convinced Wali is an extraterrestrial. I don't deal in beliefs. I deal in empirical evidence. And that means nothing about Wali is certain until I can meet them. I won't forget this villager's kindness, especially after granting me a morellatops and supplies for my journey.
Ah.
But this is why I'm here. To find answers.
Hmm. You know who I think it may be? she's already said that she hopes that it's Mei Yin, but I think it's Nerva. I mean, out of all of the 4 original ones on the island, Helena got her own explorer, no trail. Rockwell did the same. Mei Yin is the only one that's been, like, talked about. Nobody mentioned Nerva so far. So I think Wali Al-Aswad is going to reveal himself to be Nerva or something, maybe. Hey, Cotton, how are you? Also, there's a heat wave coming in. There is a heat wave coming in. Which one was that, by the way? Let me see. That was... Oh, wait, we actually have more, I think. Okay, yeah, fine. Let's go back to base, because I ideally want to be indoors when the heat wave strikes. I do have a tent along, but... Or maybe I should make use of it. I should probably make use of it. But we're so close, we might as well go home. And then set out before the heat, or like after the heat wave is over. How's your day been, Cotton Idaho? Yeah, I hear you. We're almost there. Okay. All right, let's land where we're garrisoning the Wyvern army, and use the very long ladder down. Okay, I don't think I even need to take shelter because I'm not hot. Apparently. That red flame, that only symbolizes the heat wave event. Interesting. Okay. Are we on Mars or what? This is Mars now. I'm just imagining like John Carter coming riding here with that freaking tribe that he ended up with. Have you seen the movie John Carter? That was actually kind of a cool movie. It was panned by critics. It's kind of a B science fiction movie, but it was actually kind of good in my opinion. Not a masterpiece or anything like that, but a good film that you can like, you know, kill some time with. Alright. Let's continue then. As long as we don't need to take shelter. Where were we? Helena 15?
I may have to put my freshly polished
No.
craftsmanship skills to the test sooner
16
than I
was
thought. That the
them being
Mantises would ignore the
saved.
village where I'm founded.
17 was Helena talking about Wali Al-Aswad.
Some of the villagers have attached a religious connotation.
That was 17. Okay, 18 then.
Believing it, I'm definitely more prepared for this desert than before, and better equipped. With my Morellatops offering a large, mobile supply of water, and radar looking out for the weather, the only threat I really have to worry about is major predators. Also, giant golems. I'm actually impressed with the shape I'm in, if I do say so myself.
Okay.
I think I even saw some app definition the other day. Took me long enough. I've been living without sweets for ages after all. You'd think I'd get fit much quicker. Ah, great. Now I miss sweets. Ah, the things I'd do to taste chocolate again.
Okay, let's not even go there. I think maybe we need to adjust the volume for the voice actor. Oh, that's actually at max. Okay. Raise the music somewhat. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay. That was... That was 18, right?
I'm definitely
Yeah,
more
okay.
prepared for this.
Alright, 19.
And better equipped. It took weeks of searching, but I finally caught a glimpse of Wali al-Aswad. I knew I was getting close when I found a series of fulgurite formations this morning. And sure enough, I spotted several wyverns later in the afternoon with a lone rider among them. The rider clearly saw me too, because soon enough the wyverns were circling overhead. I waved and yelled in greeting, even called out Mei Yin's name just in case. Yet with so much as a nod, the wyverns regrouped and flew off. Waleed's not a social butterfly, it seems, but I'm not letting them off the hook that easily.
Oh, okay. That was 19, right?
It took weeks of searching.
Damn, my
but I
memory is
finally
bad.
caught a
Okay,
glimpse.
20.
Of course Wali lives on a bloody mountain. Of course they do. I saw their wyverns land at the summit yesterday, and they haven't left. This has to be their home. Unfortunately. The paths were too narrow for my morellatops, so I had to leave it behind. It should know to wander off if I don't return for it. Not that I can really afford to worry about it. The climb's doing a fine job of kicking my ass even without distractions. I swear, if I don't have a six-pack after climbing a mountain in the bloody desert, I'm gonna be awfully cross.
Awfully cross. Some things have carried over from Great Britain to Australia. Okay, so the next part is 21. We don't have 21, so let's find it. No. Excuse me. 21. There we go. Oh, that one's actually on the other side of the map. In the deep desert. Okay. Fair enough. Let's go. It's interesting. I must... Oh, Jesus. Look at that. I was just gonna say... Like... It really does look like Mars. And it's also strange when everything is red like that. The heat wave seems to be, or tends to be rather, somewhat mild. It's more the heat waves that are really like decimating are the heat waves that are like very bright. I don't know. Oh, we can actually do some Spotify now. See if that works. Oh, Jesus. No, 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 no. Jesus, I almost got copyright strike there. Struck. You know what I mean. See? Spotify works a lot better than YouTube. Alright, let's rest up on this. Little peek here. Regain our stamina. Ah, move. Oh, it's very steep. Okay. Freaking Yuri. Alright. Oh, okay. No, wait. It's supposed to be in the... Ah, okay. Yeah, we need to pass by the ruined city, I think. Maybe. Oh, it is actually pointing to the city, I think. I thought I got everything in the city. Okay, we're supposed to go... Okay, it's somewhere around here. Wait a minute, let's look at this right here. It is over that way. Oh, there it is. Nice. Stop. Pause the freaking music. Alright.
I don't know what kind of reception I expected when I reached the summit, but laughter wasn't one of them. Yet that was exactly what I heard when I finally let myself collapse and started flinging every obscenity I could think of at this damned mountain. The bemused laughter of an old woman.
Okay, I was wrong.
Wali al-Aswad is definitely no guardian angel. She was quick to dismiss those particular rumors with remarks about how the gods have abandoned this wretched place. As long as I avoided that subject, though, she's welcomed my questions with surprising warmth, though often enigmatically. I have a feeling that I'll need to be patient with her.
Okay. It could have been Nerva, but I guess not. That is 21. Do we have 22? Yes, we do.
It turns out that I didn't find Wali al-Aswad. She found me. While the portal I used to get here opened with little fanfare on my end, apparently the other side created quite the spectacle. According to Wali, it was easy for her to spot from atop her wyvern, and she started tailing me soon afterwards. I guess her timely interventions were no coincidence.
Ah.
She didn't seem very surprised when I told her about the obelisks, their guardians, or even that this desert is actually a space station. Either she knows more than she's saying, or experience has grinded the surprise right out of her.
She probably is, like, from the future. Like, you know, and have, like, become one with nature in one of the arcs. It's just speculation on my part, though. That was 22. Do we have 23? Let's see. I don't think so, no. Okay, 23 it is. There we go. Okay. And I'm not gonna go, like, walk there. And here is this manticore statue, by the way. Yeah, I don't like it either. Let's go. Stay in your memory, Derision. Interesting. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, is it that place? It looks like it. Yeah, it is. Okie dokie. Let's see. What are you? You're a horse, okay, or an equus.
I really missed flying. There's no replicating the feeling, and no replacement for seeing a sunrise amongst the clouds. Wally probably started these wyvern riding sessions just to give herself an escape hatch when our conversations get too personal. But I can't say I mind. Despite their appearance, riding a wyvern is just as pleasant as riding an Argentavis, even without a saddle. By design, perhaps. No matter. Genetically engineered or not, they are magnificent creatures. It's a risky proposition, but I absolutely must observe them in the wild sometime. I can't pass up an opportunity like that.
I have a theory. As always, I wish no spoilers, but I have a theory about what the ARKs are. I mean, the name itself conjures up images of, like, you know, preserving humanity, preserving as much as possible from the Earth. And during the Ascension cutscene, you do see that the Earth is pretty wrecked. I mean, there's not a speck of blue or green on it. It's just like a dull brown, and that doesn't look good. So I was thinking, like, maybe they built these ARKs as a form of a way to preserve nature from an ecological disaster. But the only thing I don't know how it adds up is the bosses. Like, why would humanity put bosses, and, you know, like, what are the functions of the bosses? I know it's a game, but in the game lore, how would it work? You know what I mean? They must have an explanation for that as well. What? Oh, calm down. That's just a Microraptor. Jesus. Oh, the vulture landed exactly where I was. Interesting. That is a Microraptor, right? I think it is. Or an Archaeopteryx. No, it's a Microraptor. I hate those fucking stun guns. Okay. Helena 24.
Now that Wali has deemed my wyvern riding skills acceptable, she's finally agreed to show me around the region. From what I can gather, Wali has been here for a very long time. Maybe longer than Rockwell was on the island. She knows the history of every village and ruin. Apparently there was once a great city to the southeast, but it was wiped out at some point.
Nasty.
She's still coy on a lot of the details, but I'll just have to keep prying. Radar's been helpful in that regard. Wali definitely seems to be in a better mood when the fuzzball's around. That little charmer's certainly earned her keep.
I also find it interesting how nobody ever tells anybody else what time they're from. That's one of the first things that Helena and Bob in the animated series told each other. Like, I'm from the 21st century. I'm from, like, the Second World War. It's like, it gives you, it creates a proper frame of reference, you know? This was 24. Okay. Do we have anything beyond 24? No, we don't. So everything that we're going to get now, we're probably not going to get the very last one because that's probably in the boss arena. But now we actually have to go find the rest. So 25 and onward. Excuse me. No. There we go. 25. Okay, that one's out there. Gotcha. Oh. As a lore buff, this mod, the Note Finder, it's absolutely essential to me, you know? I really need it. To me, it might as well be a part of the game. Because while it's fun trying to find, like, scattered notes on your own, eventually there's going to be notes that you won't ever find because you never thought about going there. You could be looking for, like, months without ever finding the next note. So in order to get the proper story, you know me, I'm all about story in game. I really need this one. Oh, we're heading to Nosti, apparently. Or maybe not. Yeah, might as well tell you how the mod works. Basically, you get the map with all the notes, and then you select one of them that you want to input into the GPS, and then it shows up like this. And if you're facing the right way, the screen will be green, and the arrow will point up, meaning straight ahead. So if you're facing away, it'll just be red. That's not where you're supposed to go. And then height, of course, is how high, like the altitude of the note. Right now it's saying minus 99. That's pretty much as low as it can go. The minus means that it's beneath us. So since we're flying right now, we're like very high off the ground. That's just to be expected. And then you have distance, of course, which is pretty self-explanatory. Once it reaches 0, you're at the location. You just need to... sometimes you need to, like, pinpoint the height, the proper height level. It is actually kind of fun to try to find them with the note... Even with the note finder, sometimes it can be a little bit puzzling to actually find them because they're hidden away in, like, small areas or something. So I view that as a game in and of itself. And that little thing is payment enough, in my opinion, to actually have access to pretty much a cheat sheet for where the notes are. Wait. Oh, there it is. I usually do this as well. No. Ah. Oh, come on. That didn't hit. What? Now then. Come on. Yeah, there we go.
I'm grateful that Wali allows me time to study the local wildlife, but I suspect she only does so out of amusement. She always says something like, "Why do you spend so much time on these scribbles that no one will read?" I never have a good retort. It's true, no one may ever read my dossiers, as I have no way to reproduce or distribute them as long as I'm trapped on one of these space stations. When I started them, they were a passion project, created out of my love for nature and its creatures. Now, I guess they're just part of my identity. Writing them helps remind me of who I am.
Good answer. 26. Let's back the way we came. Okay, I think we need to gather some stamina, though. Hello, raptors. Okay, raptors see, raptors do. Oh, sorry.
Bruh.
Pressed the wrong button. Sounds like we're being followed by wind or something. Honestly, even though they are cumbersome as all hell, and they suck as bodyguards, I kind of have to agree with what Cotton said. That I was gonna love getting my hands on a wyvern. Even though I don't particularly enjoy the color of this one because it looks very desaturated, but still, like, I love flying the wyvern because of the ponderness. It feels like you're steering a 747, like that gives it power, you know. It gives it just feels good somehow, even though it can't like turn on a dime like a freaking Argentavis or Scuzzy. Hell, Scuzzy is the perfect turnaround, like the one that can turn around the best. Okay, it's somewhere here in the ocean, in this oasis. Oh, it sounded squishy when he walked right over it. I thought it actually squished him. Wait, this is oh, this is Ember. Sorry, it's a she. Let's see if we can pinpoint Helena's footlocker here without the aid of the note finder. Ah, there it is. I see it. There we go.
I can't believe it. Wally spotted someone wandering in the desert the other day, and it turned out to be none other than Edmund Rockwell.
There we go.
I just about burst into tears when I recognized him. Apparently, he heard that Nerva was holding me captive and sought to negotiate my release.
Oh, really?
That led him to the cave, and eventually he wound up here. Awfully sweet of him to go through all that trouble for my sake. Strangely, Wally claims that she saw a portal open up far away from her territory shortly before mine did. I guess that was Rockwell's. Though Wally arrived at the scene too late to track him, Rockwell theorized that the portals may have taken us through time as well as space. Considering my present company, I'm inclined to agree with him.
All right. I'm going to stop reading Helena's notes right here, and I'm going to start with Rockwell's just to have them, like, you know, come together. Once they come together, when he finds Helena, we can read, like, we can switch for every single one. So we like go Helena, Rockwell. This is actually kind of a good idea, if I do say so myself. How many are left, though? I need to just check this out real quick. 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, so there's... Okay, 30. Yeah, there's probably only 3 left on Helena. Yeah. Okay. Fucking commercial. Alright, Rockwell.
Confound those confused contraptions. Despite my best efforts, I could make neither heads nor tails of the mysterious machine that brought me here. If only I still had that jittery, bespectacled assistant of mine from all those years ago. What was his name? Gerald? Geronde? The one that loved tinkering with the devices we'd salvaged from the arms of the island's less fortunate inhabitants. Good lad. The inscriptions he found on the inside of those little trinkets were where I first saw the word ARK, as I recall. Shame about the incident with the consignations. If I still had his services, perhaps I'd never be in this godforsaken desert. Oh well. Stiff upper lip, Rockwell. Make the best of it. Right then. Now that I have found a shady spot where I can enjoy a brief respite from this desert's dreadful heat, it's high time that I set some goals for this expedition. If I wander about aimlessly, then I'm sure to meet the same fate as poor Gerald. First, I shall find a local tribe, if for no other reason than to obtain a proper mount and supplies. Second, I simply must learn more about that strange metal that lined the walls of the sanctuary. Even with a cursory study, I could tell that it possesses wondrous properties. But where can I find more of it?
No.
I'm on a roll.
I keep going to the
By sheer
left
coincidence,
column.
I stumbled into another group of survivors today, and they didn't try to kill me or anything.
I must say, nothing reminds a man of his own mortality quite like a desolate wasteland. As a strapping young lad, I could have survived alone in this desert for years. Why, on one occasion, I fought off a Bengal tiger with naught but an empty flask and my favorite pipe. With this makeshift spear, the beasts of this land would never have a prayer. Yet in my old age, I can feel this damnable sun sapping my strength with every minute I spend under its unforgiving gaze. Each day I cover less ground than the day before. I must find civilization soon, no matter how primitive. Without the right tools and supplies, I fear that this expedition will be incredibly short-lived. Eureka! At last I have found signs of human life. This afternoon I came across a fresh series of footprints, some from humans and some from, what I assume, are large beasts of burden. I cannot be sure who made them or how civilized they may be, but neither can I afford to be too particular in my choice of saviors. Whoever they are, I must track them down immediately. As soon as I gather my strength, I shall pursue my quarry with the utmost haste and vigor. The tale of the brilliant and impeccably groomed Sir Edmund Rockwell shall not end this day. Salvation, thy name is Prophet's Rest. After a proper meal and some time out of the sun, the makeshift fortress doesn't look half as grand as its name might imply. Yet, when I first sighted its walls from across the dunes, it may as well have been El Dorado itself, so grateful was I to find it. Thus far, I have seen little of the inhabitants, but they seem a hospitable sort. I've been given food, shelter, and even a wet cloth to clean myself with. Quite generous of them, considering how scarce water is in these lands. Their clothing is a curiosity, however. Those robes seem more ceremonial than functional.
Okay, Rockwell 6. Let's see where we can get a hold of that one. Okay, let's see here. Rockwell 6. There we go. Oh, it's... yeah, that's definitely on the other side of the map. Actually, we can increase this.
Presenteras av Fanta. Nya favoriter varje vecka. Nya smaker upptäcka. Want a Fanta? Upptäck din nya favorit-Fanta-smak idag.
I got something in the wrong. Ah! Jesus. Oh, I have no idea how that happened. Well, we'll see if this is actually copyright-free music. It would be a bit sad if the stream, when I'm doing lore stuff, is actually the one that gets muted. But I'm just following the playlist. Oh, yeah. Right now, I'm just heading straight for that red one. Actually, we can turn down the volume a little bit. There we go. Oh, look at that. Now that's how the poison spitters should look like. Or should look. Not the freaking human skin tones. I'm still a little bit annoyed by that. The other one, the first one I had, was much better looking. Hey, Elder, everything's going good. How about you? No, I am looking for notes. I'm following the story right now. What's that? Morellatops, okay. Alright, let's see. It's in that direction. Yeah, okay. still a fair distance away. What have you been doing today besides existing? Haha, okay, fine. There we go. Oh, I think I see it. It's right down there. Oh, are you sick? I'm sorry, man. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do that. Get away. There we go. Just fire breathing completely. Happened for almost a week now. Oh shit. Well, drink a lot of fluids, you know that.
It seems that Prophet's Rest is less a fortress and more an enclave or monastery. I suppose that would explain the name, now wouldn't it? Yet as strange as it may sound, the natives have created a primitive religion centered around the Ark's obelisks. They pray 3 times a day, each time facing a different obelisk, and their robes bear a unique symbol, a 3-pointed star colored red, green, and blue. The blue obelisk appears to receive particular reverence due to its proximity. As charmingly ignorant as their superstitions may be, it's far from the most savage religion I've encountered. Besides, Prophet's Rest is in need of a doctor, and I am in need of supplies.
Started last Friday, or, well, I noticed the first time it was back then. That was probably... Okay, good. Have you taken any, like, there's the Eshina Guard, you know, or Eshina Force stuff that actually does wonders during colds. Okay. Well, that is true to a degree. Sleep is very important during periods of sickness. Wait, we had the next one, right? I think so. Yeah, 7.
I have discovered why Prophet's Rest is so generous with their water. The well at the edge of the compound is built directly on top of what the locals call a water vein. An endless supply of water bubbles up from beneath the earth. Its existence is a minor miracle, though compared to what I saw in the Starlit Sanctuary, minor is the operative word. I suppose this ARK must be floating among the stars, just as the island was. What an extraordinary thought. I cannot fathom how such a thing is possible, but that remarkable metal must be at the heart of it. I am certain.
And paper to blow my nose in when in need. Yesterday my nose was so drippy, now it's just stifled. I believe it's pretty much almost gone. Just need one last night of sleep to be sure. Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, I remember, or like I know how it is when you're like suffering through a cold. When you keep blowing your nose that much, that so much that eventually the line of your nostrils will like start to dry out because you keep like wiping your nose constantly, and it starts to like crack a little bit. It's a little bit annoying. But if you're experiencing a cold right now, have you checked yourself for pollen allergies? Because that's what I had no idea about before I actually did the test. I was always like, why am I always like, why is my nose always drippy, and why am I always experiencing a cold during the springtime? Like, I had no idea, and my eyes were itchy, like they really itched. So it could be that if you haven't checked it out. Could be a good idea. That was Rockwell 7, right? Yes. Okay, so Rockwell 8. Oh, Rockwell 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, let's go.
Most of my work as the monastery's doctor has been trivial.
Shut
Every
the
now and
fuck
then one
up!
of the guards gets injured by the local wildlife,
Where are you?
but I usually find myself taking heat stroke and common illnesses. As such, I have
Okay.
plenty of time to learn all the priests know about
I didn't
the
hear
obelisks.
anything now. I'm gonna
All told, they are
do
stunningly
this.
uninformed about the literal pillars of their faith. They are unaware that the obelisks are actually
There we go.
devices that can be activated. And
Alright, let me
needless to say,
listen
they
to
have
this
never
again because I
activated
didn't
one
hear
themselves.
shit.
They showed most of my work as the monastery's doctor has been trivial. Every now and then one of the guards gets injured by the local wildlife, but I usually find myself treating heat stroke and common illnesses. As such, I have had plenty of time to learn all the priests know about the obelisks. All told, they are stunningly ill-informed about the literal pillars of their faith. They are unaware that the obelisks are actually devices that can be activated, and needless to say, they have never activated one themselves. They showed a flicker of understanding when I described the artifacts I found on the island, however. I shall have to keep digging.
If it is pollen allergy, then I just need to strengthen my body to such a point where such a thing is no more. Or you could just buy antihistamines. Costs very little and brings your pollen outburst, like allergic outburst, down to like 10% of what it otherwise is. I started taking antihistamines regularly. Like I start doing it every like March, like the beginning of every March. I start taking them, and I've had no problems since. I usually stop taking them around June somewhere, maybe at the end of May, or even middle May, something like that. It's not too much to invest to actually get rid of like the headache that is the pollen allergy. I remember when I worked at fucking Lexicon. I was an IT consultant, and I was bedridden for a whole week. Right around the time when I had my birthday. That's the thing. Every year, I have pollen allergies or like outbursts when my birthday comes around because that's when björk pollen blooms. But ever since I started taking antihistamines, like desloratadine, for instance, there's like no problem anymore. But you really need to start taking it early in the year, like not by January, but say like when there's like at least 1 month before your specific pollen is starting to bloom, for the best effect.
Unbelievable. Have these idol-worshipping ninnies replaced all their common sense with blind devotion? Have years of oppressive heat completely addled their brains? I was finally allowed to see the monastery's inner sanctum, and lo and behold, there they were. Sitting upon an altar before a flock of protesting primitives were these glowing artifacts, just like the ones I had found in the caverns beneath the island. Yet, instead of making use of them, or even studying them, these half-wits are praying to them. The true value of those artifacts is completely lost on these simpletons. Sacred relics, indeed.
He is almost like insulted.
It took time, but I finally pilfered enough supplies and tools to survive on my own. Loading them onto these camel-like beasts of burden was laborious, but the real trial was absconding with the artifacts. There is always someone watching the inner sanctum, so I carefully studied the guard shifts until I identified whose drink I had to spoil with my knockout serum. Even then, I acted with great haste and guile, for my heist will surely be discovered when the priests convene for their morning prayers. Alas, they will be too late. Sir Edmund Rockwell is always ahead of his foes, but not by a mere step. No, I am miles and miles beyond their reach.
Edmund Rockwell reminds me of somebody who's in current news media today. He's just as full of himself as Trump is. But let's not talk about that. That's my bad. I'm not supposed to talk about politics or religion on this channel, so let's not do that. But I just wanted to say that he reminds me so much of him. 10, 11.
It has been several days since I left Prophet's Rest, and I have seen no sign of pursuit. I am unsurprised. They probably assumed that I would make for the blue obelisk as it was nearest. By setting out for the green obelisk instead, I already outwitted those simple-minded...
That's the one that's by our
As
base.
I said, miles ahead. Miles.
Okay.
With those fools out of the way, I can slow my pace and take some time to properly study these so-called sacred relics of theirs. I am curious to see if the materials they are made of bear any similarity to the metal in the Starlit Sanctuary.
Alright, now it's number 12, and we have neither that or 13, so let's get going. 12. There it is. Ah, that's pretty close by. Nice. Wow, we haven't had a heat issue in a while. Or like a weather issue. Probably gonna be a sandstorm soon or something. Oh, okay, I missed it. Ah, there it is. Okay, good. Thank you. Alright.
The obelisk is reacting to the presence of the artifacts with even more intensity than I expected. Each obelisk on the island required 8 artifacts to generate that sort of response, not 3. In other words, I may not need to do any spelunking before summoning whatever terrifying beast this ARK has in store for me. Ah, the beast. Now that poses an entirely different conundrum. Even with my youth and my favorite pipe, I doubt that I could slay a monster such as that dragon Mr. Nerva fought. Not alone, anyway. I shall need to find a partner for this venture. But who?
Interesting, okay. Yes, okay, 13. 13, there it go. Oh. Okay. So guys, what's happening this weekend? Anybody got any plans? Is it here or am I dreaming? Oh, it's over here. Ah, okay. There it is. Sorry. Wait, we can't actually tear down these trees? Oh, apparently not. Okay, enough. Just settle down. Stopping the momentum with this is like... I don't know, it's... difficult to do.
I have turned back north in the hope of making contact with some of the natives. It is a risk, as I cannot be sure how many bumbling savages are under the sway of that ludicrous obelisk-worshipping cult. But it is also the only region that I definitively know is occupied. I do not have much to offer in exchange for their aid, but I am sure that I can negotiate an alliance with at least one of this ARK's tribes. I was at the center of the island's diplomatic disputes for years, after all. Why, I am a seasoned, silver-tongued negotiator. Surely I can coax a partnership out of these primitive desert dwellers.
If we look at the map that he's sketched here, kind of looks like there's like water here. It's got to be sand, right? Because it looks very watery, though. As if these were like islands, you know? But he's there at the same time as Helen. They're all saying that this is a desert, so yeah. It's just weird. Alright. 14. Ow.
What terrible misfortune. My keen sense of direction finally led me to a local settlement, but as it happened, I was not the first party to visit it that day. That honor belonged to the Burning Phoenix clan, a band of raiders that were plundering its storehouses and enslaving its surviving residents as I arrived. Naturally, the hoodlums fell upon me and stripped me of my valuables within minutes of my arrival. Ruffians! I managed to keep hold of my journal, but little else. This won't do, not at all. Then again, I was seeking out a tribe skilled in the art of violence. Perhaps I can turn this to my advantage.
Interesting. Okay, 15 and 16. 15. Yeah, also pretty close by. No Spotify right now, just because we're so close between notes here. You know what? I kind of feel like the notes that you find, they're placed like extremely randomly. It would be kind of cool. It looks like the Wyvern has a beard. It would be kind of cool if the notes would actually be outlined like a breadcrumb trail, you know, following where they have been every time. They should have thought about that, in my opinion. It would have made it a bit more immersive. Ah, down here, right? Wait, where was it pointing me? Not sure. Oh no, it's down. Okay, it's gotta be here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay, hang on. I love doing this without ever getting off. There we go.
Curse these stubborn brutes. Despite a litany of polite, gentlemanly requests, they refuse to allow me to parley with their leader. Surely any leader of men is not half the imbecile that these barbarians are. I am positive that we could come to some sort of... Oh, damn this noise! It is impossible to concentrate with all this insufferable whinging. Half of these prisoners won't stop moaning about one injury or another, and the other half are in constant hysterics. Very well. Perhaps if I tend to some of the wounded, it will dim this distracting cacophony.
Alright, 16. Again, very close. Somewhere around here. Ah, it's this one, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Wait, let me do this. Just dive down, get it, and then fly back up. There we go.
At last, I can hear myself think. The guards have moved me to a private cell, and while they have not divulged the reason for my transfer, I suspect they took notice of my medical expertise. I caught them staring in my direction on several occasions as I worked. It seems the doctors are in high demand in these lands. I suppose that's no great surprise. The island was no different. No matter. While my skills in the realm of medicine are more in line with a field medic than a true physician, I shall continue to play the role as long as it serves me.
Okay.
After days of travel, we finally arrived at the Burning Phoenix clan's compound. And while my former peers were shuffled to the slave pens, I stood before the clan's leader. I'd heard tales of the once great Tatar empires, though I had never traveled to their lands. By all appearances, Timur is cut from the same cloth as their fabled Khans.
Ah.
He was at once imperious and casual, questioning me with impatience from a throne of hide and bone. Naturally, he was impressed by my intellect and gentlemanly demeanor. Granted, he did not say so aloud, but I was escorted to a small private chamber instead of a cell. Surely, that says as much.
Possibly.
I had been pondering why Timur required the services of a doctor. He seemed to be in excellent health, and I had seen no patients since I arrived. Well, now I shall ponder no longer. Timur has a wife, and she's with child. I suppose that even bloodthirsty raiders can fall in love, or at the very least, desire a family. The whole affair would be rather quaint were I not expected to care for the woman and deliver the child. Should either the child or the woman die during the birth, I fear that I will follow them in short order.
Oh my, how's he gonna handle this? Ah, 19. Okay, we need to gather some stamina here. Some people don't understand why other people like me find the notes so interesting. Like I said before, I'm all about the story, and also it gives me a sense of closure to get through them all, and actually knowing what happened to the characters that we are supposed to follow, because these are characters that like have gone before, and which the freaking voice in my head keeps telling me that I should be looking for, or like, you know, follow. So I kind of like that. I kind of love this whole mystery, you know, like, what is this place? How did I get here? Where did these people go? What happened to everything? Slowly but surely, like unraveling what's happening and what's been going on, you know. I love that. Alright, let's keep going. I know for a lot of people, like, a PvP is like the only thing in games like these. They want to do all that and, like, you know, get as much resources as they can and, you know, build bases and then just sit around in their bases all day and wait for people to attack them. That doesn't sound too much fun, in my opinion. I mean, sure, PvP is an aspect that always should be there if you're playing a multiplayer, but it's not like, in my opinion, it shouldn't be the main thing that draws. If anything, in that case, I would like to roleplay in ARK, just like I used to roleplay in DayZ. But then again, since this has a story that I want to follow, it's much more difficult to, like, adapt your roleplay with following the story. That's kind of why I'm doing single player as well. Well, that and the fact that I have nobody really to play with. But also the fact that if I'm allowed to focus on the story first, I might be able to focus on the other aspects of the game later on, you know?
Nazreen is quite different from her husband. She's a timid little flower of a woman. Or rather, she would be if she were not many months pregnant. I'm still undecided as to whether my timing is impeccable or unfortunate. A few weeks from now, Timur may have had no need of a doctor, but as it stands, I have been thrust into an unfamiliar scenario with scant time to prepare. Despite my unpleasant circumstances, this whole affair is rather intriguing. I never considered the possibility of new generations being born on the Ark. Yet clearly, it was inevitable. Like any common animal, humans have the urge to procreate. How else could the species endure?
Exactly.
Rockwell, old bean, you've done it again. Both mother and child made it through. Timur is a proud father, and your head is still attached to its shoulders. Why, I was even a guest of honor at Timur's celebratory feast. I cannot say I enjoyed the blood sport that serves as the Burning Phoenix's entertainment, but the food was delectable. I was also sure to seize upon Timur's momentary goodwill by filling his ears with whispers of obelisks, artifacts, and the untold power they grant to mortal men. It may take time for those thoughts to turn to action, but with constant care, I may yet turn him into my unwitting general.
And Helena still thinks of Rockwell as this sweet, like, scientist, you know, this mutual colleague in the field of science. 21. The map is definitely losing a lot of dots. We are nearing the end. Most definitely. 21 is down in the deep desert. Alright. Maybe some music on the way. Sure, there we go. There's like a car stereo installed in the wyvern. Elder, did you not have anything to do this weekend, except for recovering from the cold? Say if you recover from the cold, what's your plan for the weekend? Oh, it's almost Easter. That's next. That's not this week, but yeah, in a week. In a week, it's Easter. It's skärtorsdag, I think, in a week. The fuck? Alright. It's gonna be annoying, though, the fact that I have tamed so many wyverns, and I'm really getting to like to use them. I'm starting to really appreciate them. And then the next map, as I'm told, is like underground completely, and there's no flying. You can't fly. So we can't use wyverns. Or maybe you can bring them, but you can't fly. I don't know. So unfair. Okay. Alright, we might as well do this. Ah! Rockwell, you old boy, you've done it again. Cotton, are you still there? I saw your smiley, like the first message in chat, then nothing. Here it is somewhere. Ah! Jeez. Again, I thought I got everything from the city here. Oh, there it is! How the fuck did I miss that one? Jesus. Oh, there. Ah, okay. Let's go around.
The silver tongue of Sir Edmund Rockwell has prevailed once again. After spending far too long watching the burning phoenix enslave and decimate hapless caravans and villages, I have convinced Timur to test his might against the guardian of the obelisk. I admit, I am somewhat anxious.
Okay.
Timur is not the commander that Mr. Nerva was, and should he fall, I shall fall with him. Yet I have little choice, and the rewards of success are worth the risk. The obelisks, the starlit sanctuary, and that precious ore shall be the foundation of my legacy as a scientist, gentleman, and explorer. I am sure of it.
Interesting. Alright. 21. Alright, 22. No. There we go. Oh, that's very close by. What the hell, though? Like, I thought I got everything here. I mean, initially I thought there would be a ton of them, ton of notes in this ruined city, but I only found 2 when I was here the first time around, and then 2 over by the wrecked arena. Now I'm finding like 2 that I've not found before, and 1 more that I'm gonna. So weird. But okay. Here? What? Where? Where are we looking? There it is! Fucking hell. It's so easy to miss, though, because there's so much other shit strewn about.
I found it. I really found it. Raw, untainted samples of that same mysterious ore from the sanctuary. That fearsome beast must have been guarding it. Thank the heavens for Timur and his berserk savagery. When he leapt from the back of his wyvern, I thought he was surely doomed. But the madman actually managed to grab hold of that monster's horns and turn its eyes into a bloody mess. I have never seen such brutally effective barbarism. Many of his band did not survive the encounter, of course, but that was to be expected. Progress requires sacrifice. And whether those brutes knew it or not, their deaths have helped humanity leap into the future.
Okay, we're getting reports here from the Jerboa on my shoulder that there's a sandstorm incoming. I hear ya. I hear ya. By all means, let's take shelter somewhere. Or make shelter. Let's find a nice wide roof somewhere. Like over here, maybe. Yeah, here. There we... yeah, here. Good. Now we're safe from ground attacks. And we can also put up a tent here for the impending sandstorm. Let's just wait. Let's speed up the time so that the sandstorm activates. There we go. Okay. Let's put up the tent here. Thank you. There we go. Okay. We can actually continue. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. We can continue the story here while the sandstorm rages outside. Where were we? We were at 22...
The
21?
silver tongue of Sir Edmund Rockwell has
No, wait,
prevailed
22...
once again. I found it.
Yeah, okay, 23.
Found it. Raw, this ore is simply extraordinary. It is warm to the touch, even during these cold desert nights, and it pulses as though it has its own heartbeat. It is at once light and more sturdy than any natural material I have encountered. The uses one could find for such a substance. I shall have to name it at some point. What would do? Rockwellium? Edmundium? A dilemma for another time. For now, I have more pressing matters. Timur and his burning phoenix savages have played their part, and I cannot remain in their custody. It is time for the great warrior chief to receive his just reward.
Okay. 23. 24.
Alas, poor Timur. He was so focused on celebrating his victory over one foe that he never saw his greatest threat. Now he lies beneath the severed head of the beast he vanquished, eyes bulging and blood seeping from his open mouth. At least, that is how I imagine him. I did not stay to admire my handiwork. As soon as the first group of burning Phoenix warriors succumbed to their poisoned feast, I stole away into the night, Edmundium and Artifact in tow. Serves those ruffians right, I say. They never did treat me with the propriety that a gentleman and scholar of my caliber deserves. This desert is better off without them.
Notice, by the way, that he said exactly what Helena imagined that he would say. The propriety that a gentleman and scholar of my caliber deserves is exactly the same thing that Elena said. Oh well, Rockwell did some shitty thing here, but it was probably for the best, because they were kept like enslaving people and murdering everyone. So he did he did the right thing for the wrong reason. Although murder is never right, but you know, under the circumstances, I guess. 24, but it was more for him to be able to steal from them than any particular charity aimed towards the people of this land.
As my withdrawal from the burning Phoenix's camp demanded haste, I did not have the time to double-check my supplies. It appears that I shall have to do some hunting. No matter. I may not be as spry as I was when I felled the charging rhino on the plains of the Serengeti, but with the small armory I managed to abscond with, I can surely manage. I had planned on trading those weapons for information as soon as I encountered a peaceful tribe, but I can spare a few rounds of ammunition.
Okay, 26. We don't have 26. No, we don't. And I wonder... Okay, 26, 27, 27... Okay. See how weirdly ordered this is? 26. Where's that? No. Rockwell 26. Oh, that's clear across the map. Yeah. What about the rest? Rockwell 26, 27, 28. Okay, they're all in the north part of the map, along with Helena's, except for that one. And which one is... Oh, wait, what? Which one? Oh, right, we have those, the one who waits, messages for us as well, that we're gonna check out. 26. Okay. Let's speed up time a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Time to move. Turn on the car stereo. Oh my, it's very cloudy up here for some reason now. Oh yeah. Do you know what I'm gonna be doing next week, by the way? I'm actually going on a date. Go figure. And we're going to see, well, a date. I mean, it's kind of a date, I guess. We're gonna go watch a movie, and we're gonna watch the Minecraft movie. It's kind of interesting though, because we kind of we played the same. We played Minecraft together back in the day. I just never, in a million years, would think that they would ever make a movie about Minecraft. Like Sonic and Mario, I understand. You know, there's some kind of story. There's some kind of there's a lead and whatnot. But Minecraft, Mr. Date a watch. Yeah, sure. Oh, is it? Have you heard it or have you seen it? Well, with Jack Black, it's 50-50. He's good. And some movies, he's great. But there are some that are kind of iffy. Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, I need to... Oh, shit. I'm almost out of stamina. Alright, never mind. They don't even give a shit. They're just walking around like, yeah, okay, we get it. You have a fire-breathing dragon, fine, whatever. And yes, I know it's a wyvern, but they are related to the dragon, so... Oh, wait. Ah, it's underneath the cliff here. Yeah. Just like the other one. Gotcha. Yeah, here it is somewhere. Oh, it might actually be even the lower tier. Yeah, I think it is. Or maybe not. It's over here somewhere. I should probably just, you know, get off of the... Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Alright, let's check this out.
Despite my limited equipment, I have managed to run some initial tests on the Edmundium. Based on my observations, a typical forge may not be enough to smelt a sample of Edmundium ore into any sort of usable ingot. I suspect that it has extremely strong metallic bonds, and therefore a much higher melting point than any conventional metallic element. I must find a proper base of operations where I can run more extensive experiments. I mustn't be overeager, however. I have limited samples and... Drat! I shall have to ruminate on this later. A sandstorm may be brewing, and I have no desire to be caught in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 26, 27... There we go. Yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. What, down here? Oh, there it is. Oh, I can't get there with who am I on? Cinder? No, Ember. Gotcha.
Confounded weather. Not only did that sandstorm separate me from my steed, but when it cleared, I was beset upon by none other than the traitorous Miss Walker herself.
Oh.
Oh, she put on quite the act, spouting all sorts of nonsense about how good it was to see me.
They're so
I
different.
see right through her ruse. I am certain that she is after my Edmundium. The only reason she has not simply looted it from my corpse is that she requires my superior intellect to understand it. Well, two can play this game, Miss Walker.
Jesus.
I can fill the role of the benign old scientist for a time, but I shall not be betrayed again.
Damn, he's so paranoid. You know, I equate him to, like, at least here, on the island, he was kind of friendly and whatnot. It started out like very, very cordial. I equate him to someone who like just falls into the well and eventually becomes Gollum, because he seems so obsessed with the metal or the substance that he's like, it's mine, you will not have it, you know. Okay, we'll do each Helena and Rockwell now. So we'll go back to Helena, and Helena has what? Now it is Helena what? So 25, 26. Helena 27, I think. Yes. That's the one that's okay. Gotcha. It's interesting how you get on the island, you get like achievements every time you reach a certain point in exploring all the or getting all the explorer notes. Here, though, there's been nothing. None of that. You know, the notes are just not even mentioned. Like, you're not getting anything for it. I would assume that... I mean, I know the island has, like, several tiers, but I would assume that you would at least get something here for finding half the notes. You know, half the amount of notes. That, dear girl, is where you came from. Steer clear. Because it's a very rough place. Okay, it's got to be. I'm calling it. It's got to be down here. Yeah. There it is. I see it. I see it. Really? I didn't get it. Interesting. Okay. Okay, just land. Frickin' just do that. Water vein. Thank you.
Wally has been much quieter since we found Rockwell. I guess she's just letting us catch up. However, she did say something interesting when we were recounting Nerva's ambitions for the island. This place would never allow anyone to master it, she said. And when I asked her to explain it, she told me that the great city to the southeast was destroyed by the obelisk itself.
Oh, really?
Now it's just conjecture, but it's interesting to think about. Could the curators of these stations be monitoring human behavior and clipping its wings should the survivors ever band together and fly too close to the sun? If each station represents a different group in a larger experiment, resetting human progress would make a lot of sense.
Ah.
It's a bit grim though, isn't it? Yikes.
True. Huh. I never thought of it that way. I gotta read these Raya and John Decay notes. Not on stream, but I gotta do that off stream. Just to, like, see the full story of what happened to Nosti. Okay, so what's next in Rockwell's? That would be 27 as well, right? I think so. Wait, do we already have that? What? I didn't see it. Oh, there it is.
Confounded weather.
Ah, okay, it was that. Okay, 28 then.
Me from my steed,
28,
cleared,
28,
I was beset
28.
upon by none other than the traitorous Miss Walker herself. Oh, she put on quite the act, spouting all sorts of nonsense about how good it was to see me. Rubbish. I see right through her ruse. I am certain that she is after my Edmundium. The only reason she has not simply looted it from my corpse is that she requires my superior intellect to understand it. Well, two can play this game, Miss Walker. I can fill the role of the benign old scientist for a time, but I shall not be betrayed again.
Might as well do this on the way there. Just listen to this again. So there you go.
Wally has been much quieter since we found Rockwell. I guess she's just letting us catch up. However, she did say something interesting when we were recounting Nerva's ambitions for the island. This place would never allow anyone to master it, she said. And when I asked her to explain it, she told me that the great city to the southeast was destroyed by the obelisk itself. Now it's just conjecture, but it's interesting to think about. Could the curators of these stations be monitoring human behavior and clipping its wings should the survivors ever band together?
Yeah, basically resetting civilization to zero.
Each station represents a different group in a larger experiment. Resetting human progress would make a lot of sense. It's a bit grim though, isn't it? Yikes.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think there's much more to this than we realize yet. Okay, I'm gonna go for this one actually. It's a red one. Oh, really? It disappeared as soon as I arrived. Oh, that sucks. That is just annoying as all hell. Oh, and we actually passed the notes. I mean, then I suppose it's down here. There it is.
I am glad that I possessed the foresight to hide my presence from Miss Walker after her capture on the island. She clearly believes that I never learned of her betrayal. By cunningly taking advantage of this fact, I have managed to completely deceive the deceiver. The grim old bat she travels with is another matter. I often catch her glaring in my direction, her eyes sharp and mistrusting. If I could, I would deal with her as I dealt with Timur. But I fear she is far too observant. For now, I must maintain my deception as best I can.
I don't remember. What was it that Helena did that upset Rockwell that, like, made him call her a traitor? I don't actually remember. Okay, let's see. Helena 28 now. Helena 28. There it is. Oh, that's very close by. Or no, not super. I keep confusing the obelisk blue dot with where I am. Ah. Alright, we'll forego Spotify from now on. We'll just go with in-game ambience because I need to go to bed soon, so I need to quicken the pace a little bit here. I mean, I guess I could just fly around in creative mode, but I don't want to do that. That would be a little bit too tacky. Mm-hmm. What? Oh, these won't be torn down. Interesting. All right. Ah, there it is.
I don't think Rockwell's been sleeping much. I awoke last night to find him studying a strange piece of metal by firelight. I guess some tribe gave it to him as a gift, along with a very familiar-looking artifact. I insisted that we show those items to Wali, and she recognized them as the property of this station's lone guardian. With all that she knows, I'm not surprised that she's activated the obelisk before. Hell, it sounds like the old battle axe has even slain the beast herself.
Oh, really?
Since we have said Guardian's artifact, Wali says that we can leave this station at any time. I suppose we may as well. Rockwell's eager to depart, and as much as I like Wali, I've had my fill of sand.
Okay. Let's see how that goes. Rockwell 29. I should have done this with the island as well. I think I might have done something similar in one of my streams, but I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't do everything. I don't think, at least. But anyway. This is actually interesting because you get the full story by doing this. And you feel a genuine motivation to keep going in order to actually find out what happened with the characters. It lends credence to why you are alone on these arcs. Like, there's nobody here because everybody has already left. So you're the only one here. You need to get moving as well in order to find them. That's what I love about it. These freaking breadcrumb experiences. Reminds me a bit of the Leviathan DLC in Mass Effect 3. That was like just a big detective story where you tried to find out where what the Leviathan were and where they were and things like that. Up there. Okay. There it is. Okay.
I may have given Miss Walker too much credit. Although I carelessly allowed her to catch sight of my Edmundium ore samples, she was more interested in the artifact I possess. I should have realized this sooner. Miss Walker's specialty is biology. She would not recognize the unique properties of Edmundium if they hit her square in the forehead. That fact has eased some of my tension. Even if Miss Walker seeks to take advantage of my genius, she is focusing on the wrong discoveries. So long as I am careful in my studies of Edmundium, I shall remain miles ahead.
Okay, that's a good thing. Keep the antagonist calm and like safe and secure in their belief that they have nothing to worry about. That probably bought her time. Okay, now Helena 29. There it is. Alright, we don't really have that many left. I also want to do the 3 question mark ones. But then we're done for tonight. And we are basically done with our Loremaster stream. Good thing too, because my ass is starting to ache. And it's a very good thing that we didn't include, like, Raya and Dekaya notes as well. That would have doubled the length of the stream. Oh, there it is. I see it.
The transporter that can take us back to the control center station is in the ruins of another city, south of the mountains. Wally believes that it was destroyed by the obelisks, just like the city in the southeast. I didn't press her for details. Not that I'd have gotten any. Wally's more tight-lipped about those ruins than anything. I had to practically beg her to take me to the southeastern city. And while we were there, she spent most of her time just gazing out into the distance. No sense in bringing her mood down with that rubbish now. After all that she's done for me, I'd like to give her a nice, proper farewell.
You know what? What if that Wally is actually Raya? Because it seems like she is connected to Nosti in some way. I wonder if she's like able to live, or maybe because she seems to be a very old woman here, maybe Raya was a young woman. Yeah, I'm piecing it together now. Okay, I get it. I actually thought at first that the time skip would consist of like hundreds of years, but it makes sense. It doesn't have to be that long of a time skip. She probably is Raya, I'm guessing. Yes, okay, so that's... Okay, yes. Ricefall, om man håller för öronen och näsan när man nyser sprängs skallen då. Jag har aldrig testat öronen, men du kan ju prova. Jag har hållit för näsan en gång, och då var det ju som att alltså trumhinnorna nästan sprängdes. Are you sick, Ricefall? Okay, Rockwell 30, I guess, right? I think. Yeah, 2930. Okay. Excuse me. There we go. Oh, these are the final ones. Oh, I guess that maybe there aren't any notes in the boss arena then. Interesting. I am sick. What do you mean? That's a pretty normal question. Okay, so you are experiencing pollen allergy, I would gather. It's interesting because Elder also talks about being sick right now. Both of you most likely have pollen allergy. Good lord. It's that time of year. Oh, really? Oh my god. I haven't seen that one in forever. I never really followed it, though. I only saw scattered episodes. But now we're talking, like, ancient history. I think it's up here. Yeah, no. Wait. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, go away with your heat wave. There we go.
I cannot wait to be rid of that glowering menace of a woman. This so-called Wali al-Aswad. I suspect the feeling is mutual. She has offered little in the way of farewells, while seeing us to this ARK's entrance to the starlit sanctuary. Things will be much easier once Miss Walker and I have parted ways with the Desert Witch, I suspect. Miss Walker is thoroughly oblivious to both the wonders of Edmundium and my knowledge of her underhanded scheming back on the island.
What did she do?
She can continue to fiddle with trinkets and relics.
I don't remember.
I may even assist her if it suits me. Meanwhile, I shall unlock the secrets of the most extraordinary element in the universe, right under her nose.
So, what's your plan for the weekend then, Ricefall? Let's see. Final note from the characters. Ah, my butt, my butt. Don't know, more spring cleaning I was gonna say, but it snowed. It snowed? Really? Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah, you're up in Umeå. But still. Jesus. Okay, it's not here. It's further down. Yes, I hear you. Okay, no, it actually might be up here. Okay, never mind then. Yeah. Yeah, it's up here. It's up here. Let's see where the footlocker is. There it is. I see it.
Having seen us through the ruins and safely to the platform, Wally has taken her leave. After doing so much for me, I was sad to see her go. But at least I got to see her smile before she left. Well, me and Radar. I can't very well take the little critter with me, so I officially gave Wally ownership of her.
Aw.
They'll be good for each other, I think. I wrote Wally up there, twice. I suppose old habits die hard, but it's not really her name, is it? I always knew that was the case, but she'd never told me to call her anything else. At least not until now. Well, at any rate, cheers, Raya. It was a pleasure to have known you.
I knew it! Didn't I say it? Did I not say it? Now I'm even more curious about the Raya connection. Or like her story here. Probably just chill and not much else. Alright, cool, cool. I'm going on a date next week. On Skärtorsdag, I guess it is. Wait, what is this? Have I seen this before? Oh, it is a mild heat wave. Very nice. Oh yeah, I have. Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm gonna go with number 8 first, obviously. It's way down there, but okay, fine. Let's do it. I mean, I hesitate to call it a date, actually. Every time I say it, it's like, wait, is it really a date? You know, I'm not so sure. By the way, guys, could you tell me, who is this? I can't see it because the preview window is too small. Like the one with the health bar over here. To my right. Or your left, I guess. I can't see the text. Is it still Burgle King, or is it somebody else? No, wait, is it Drabses? Oh, now I actually need to take shelter. Jesus. I told you, the fucking... Oh, but we're not too far away from the frontier shelter. Nice. Okay, good, thank you, thank you. I need to get in touch with Drabses. It's been a long time since I talked to him. He actually dropped by back in the day, like long ago. He used to drop by. I guess he was in my chat last week when I was gifted, when Sota Jumala gifted a bunch of subscriptions, and he was one of them. And now he actually became the stream boss, which, I mean, it was pretty much random that it will be him, but... Alright, come on. Place yourself up here, yes. There we go. Alright, tent. There we go. Let's drink some water. Very nice. And get inside. Is anybody approaching? Just gonna sit here for a while then. But we can speed up time. To make sure that there we go. Excuse me, what are you doing? Get out of here. Thank you. Okay. Okay, you know what? Enough of that. You don't attack my constructions. Only one bite, because he'd already taken so much damage from the spiked walls. Interesting. Alright. Alright. Let's keep going. Yeah, okay, he's not following, or she's not following, I mean. Alright, final 3 messages before we call it a night. Where do we have that one? Is it too far away? Or is it very far away? No, actually it's not that far away. It's up on the mountain. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yes. I see it. I don't see it, but I see that we're pretty much level with it now. There it is. I see it. Gotcha. Alright, let's listen to what the one who waits has... What kind of messages she has for us now. I think it's the one who waits. Ah, I need to park the fucking wyvern here first. My god, how am I gonna do this? Ah. There we go. Thank you.
As I've said, even digital creations are beyond my direct control. So it is with the system. These islands in the sky. I can speak with the artificial minds that oversee their operations.
Okay.
But they have a will of their own.
Oh, really?
They too think, act, and live. So to change the system, my suggestions must be minuscule, and their purpose masked. Incremental bits of code that are trivial alone, but substantial when whole. Thousands of puzzle pieces scattered across these islands, these seeds in the sky, slowly coalescing and taking shape, until at last they formed you. And what are you exactly?
Hell if I know.
Once you break free, once you fall from the sky, I'll tell you your name.
What?
It will all make sense to you then.
If you say so. Alright, second to last. Welcome back, Cotton. How are you? Hope you're doing fine. No, we're done with that. We'll do number 11. And then number 14, and then we're done. Then we're done. So, unless I have other plans tomorrow, I will be trying to take on the Manticore tomorrow. The boss of this DLC. But I feel like I need to get a whole Wyvern army up first. So I'm going to be playing a little bit off stream tomorrow before I do that. But it might be pretty cool. Oh, my back. Or my butt, I mean. Cotton doesn't say anything tonight. She just leaves a freaking KK frog in the chat and then leaves. Ooh. Oh, I think I see it. Yeah, I think I see it, maybe. No, there it is. There it is. Sorry, I was focusing on something completely different.
Everything the system does is in service to its ultimate objective. The tests that aren't tests. The hard resets it performs when it believes its subjects have grown stagnant or unruly.
Oh, really? That's what it was then.
The new, increasingly fantastic creatures that it introduces to its ecosystems.
Oh, it views us as zoo creatures.
Yes. Even those pudgy, glowing lizard dogs. Look.
What?
They try their best, okay? The problem is that the system's purpose is not wholly static.
Glowing
The
lizard
goalposts
dogs?
have moved. The bar has been raised. And now it is entirely out of the system's reach. As its purpose grows more unachievable and its errors pile up, the system grows more desperate. Its actions more erratic. In its death throes, these islands in the sky will become pits of madness. The chaos lurking in those cavernous depths will be the rule, not the exception. You must fix it before it reaches that point. By then, it will be too late.
Alright, before we go for the final question mark note, let's see here. Wait, what if I remove... No, actually, let's hide these for now. Yeah, exactly. I have those. And that... Yes, okay. Scorched earth. Okay, we're getting... Like, we're only getting aberration. That is aberration stuff. Which I don't know why I'm getting on the other maps. Strange. Alright, never mind. I want to see if I can find the other things as well. If they're active or if they haven't actually spawned in yet. Since I don't have those DLCs. There we go. Wait. Which one have I found? Did I ignore two of the... Wait, what? Okay, so, oh, okay, so I did ignore something that's... Yeah, wait. Oh, yes, I didn't get these, the Kea notes. Honestly, though, I can get those later. These are not essential for tonight. I don't know why I ignored those, but okay. I'll get that one. I'll get those off stream. But let's say we want to track, I don't know, HLNA Discovery, that one, for instance. Or let's go for the one that's closest to us. That would be... Yeah, that one. Okay. Let's see if that one, if that one actually exists there, or if it's like something that doesn't exist there yet. I like this mystery finding out answers to mysteries. It's actually pointing me to this. Huh. But I can't really do anything with this. And it's the same thing that the direwolf was sniffing out in the cave that I couldn't access. It's the same type of thing. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be able to access these yet. Interesting. Okay. What else? Nope. If we go for, let's see here, ignored. Let's go to a Genesis one. Let's go to that because that's almost. Wait, where's that one? Okay, let's go for that one because that's close to where the final question mark one is. I've always wondered what these HLNA and Genesis 2 markers have been about, but I don't think we can actually find anything there yet. Here, it was definitely something that I can't unlock yet. Which I appreciate, because that means that the plot thickens. The game evolves eventually. That was very undignified of you, Ember. Taking a dump while I'm, like, raving about how magnificent this game is. But, you get the point. Okay. Oh, okay. Hang on. The Genesis Part 2 thing should be found. Nope. Over here. Three in height. Okay, so it's supposed to be further up. Yeah. I think it's supposed to be here. Like right here. Maybe. Okay, what if I dig, if I do this, hang on. 5. Like, is there anything here? No. It will only appear, if I suspect correctly, when I have installed Genesis Part 2. Alright then. Very nice. Nope. Stop that. Let's just look around. Yeah, right here. Right here. I mean, we might as well do this here as well. But there's literally nothing here except for rocks to break. Wait. And of course I don't have any fuel for the chainsaw. And I left the sickle at home, but I mean, what would this be hiding? No, I don't think that's possible. Okay. Time for the final note, and then we'll go home and log off. Yeah, I'm sure. Because if you see... Okay, I'll show you. With the note finder here, you can see that its that height says 003, meaning that it's like 3 units above me. It's supposed to be found 3 units above me. And okay, let's see. Yeah, it's supposed to be up here. Yeah, we're on the same level now. Oh, wait. Yeah, here. There. You see? Now we're perched exactly where it's supposed to be. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is both height and, like, planar location. So, yeah. Don't worry, I like that. I like the fact that I know that it's gonna be something in the future. Kind of like how this is supposed to be, but, yeah. I don't know why I'm getting it now, but we might as well. Final one for tonight. See if I see it. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be up here. Very high up. Up on the mountain. Up, up, up. There it is. I spotted it. Okay, fine.
Cause and effect is the way of the universe. Everything must start somewhere. In the case of the system, this is where it was born. You will fall right into its cradle. Together, the sanctuaries and the obelisks that power them are the ancestor of every island that floats in the sky. They can all trace their origins back to this single prototype. Though it is flightless, the core principles and technology behind it are the same. In a way, that makes it your ancestor too. You were all born within the system after all.
See?
Even if your design is somewhat altered, in a way, you're all its children. One could say that when you fall, it will be something of a homecoming. In more ways than one.
Okay, so what I'm saying is simply that I feel like this is giving us way too much information that we're not supposed to know yet. I legit don't know why we're given these bits of information now, or on the island even, because like on the island it was talking about like a city, a ruined city with skyscrapers and stuff, and I'm like, no, I don't think I'm supposed to know this yet. I don't know why they're like spread out across the arcs. What happened to the sound? Fucking wind disappeared. Weird. Okay. But except for the last Achaea notes that I need to find tomorrow, and then I'm gonna read up on those notes myself. I think we're actually done with the notes. And you know what that means? That means that we're done with Scorched Earth. We only have the boss left. And that's gonna be interesting. Spread out because you're so late to the game. They added them as teasers. I mean, if they wanted us to go in a specific order, they still shouldn't have sprinkled them out like teasers in advance. It's weird. Still, I guess when we get to Aberration, we're gonna have caught up, because, as you can see, if we do this, looking at these specific things, if we remove the Scorched Earth one, okay, if we focus on the island, we only have the island prologue and the island epilogue. If we focus on Scorched Earth, we only have Scorched Earth prologue and what I assume will be Scorched Earth epilogue. When we go to Aberration, that's where we have all of these messages that I've been finding. Meaning that once we leave this map and move over to Aberration, we will essentially have caught up to the whole thing. And that's good. That's good. Because I'm sick of getting, like, spoilers, kind of spoilery stuff in advance. But I'm really, really enjoying the story. As a story buff, I give it an A+. When will you start Aberration? Well, as soon as I've beaten the boss. Which should be tomorrow if everything goes as planned. Unless I have anything else that I need to do tomorrow. Friday is always a little bit iffy if I'm going to stream or not. Because usually Friday is also the days when people want to drag me out to the pub or, you know, stuff like that. And we'll see. But yeah, these are the wyverns that we're gonna assault the boss with, and we've only done like half. But I still have eggs in the fridge, so I'm going to be getting them up shortly. Tomorrow. And I will be using the time skip trick as well. There we go. Good job, Ember. Good job. Throw away that. Ooh. Oh, she's... Why is she not at full health? Oh, I think I actually... I leapt off of cliffs and, like, ended up on the ground, like, below, sort of injuring her, I think. I don't think that's a trick. Well, I mean, it's not something that somebody really makes use of. I mean, if you're on a server, you shouldn't be able to use it at all. I mean, a multiplayer server. In that case, time would, like, fly for everybody. But on single player, you can pretty much do it if you want to. Oh, there. Okay, good. Go away. And drink. Okay, good. Thank you. Sleep tight. See you tomorrow. Possibly. Otherwise, if I don't stream tomorrow, I might stream this weekend. If I don't stream Friday. It all depends. Again, like, it's also kind of tricky. I might actually have to do some schoolwork. Maybe I need to do some schoolwork. Actual schoolwork. Oh my god. I love this long ladder as well. Insanely long. Alright. I just had to name... Oh, yeah, we need to check the helicopter pad. What's the status of our helicopter? You are... Well, there's still food in here. Okay, good. We don't need to use the helicopter refueling system. Kinda love the the symbolism here, because honestly, Scuzzy is a freaking helicopter. There's no getting around it. And I love the fact that I found that little platform there, almost like, you know, looks like a helicopter pad. It's perfect. Drink, thank you. Alright, I don't think there's anything left to do except sort my stuff into the storage here. So, Cotton, what would you recommend me to bring with me to Aberration? Give me your advice. Without spoiling too much, is there any creature that you would recommend? And I do know that we can't use flyers. I'm already informed. I know that much. There you go. No more resources? No. Generally, I recommend nothing. I like to press... Yeah, okay, that's you, but, I mean... Me, for instance, I knew beforehand that it would be a good idea to bring a Doedicarus, like this one, in order to collect stone, like make it a little bit easier. Come on, give me something. I mean, I appreciate your advice. You are my Yoda, okay? Are there oil nodes on Aberration? Should I maybe bring like an oil derrick? Okay. That was the only one you can take out of all of those. Really? Oil is insanely difficult. Oh, really? Oh, good. So we actually have a use for the oil derrick here. That's so cool, though. We have, like... When I was on the island, I forwarded, like... I don't remember really right now, but I forwarded stuff to use here. And here we can at least bring forward the oil, if in that case. Everything is, like, connected. Everything is connected, guys. Just curious, when was the last time you played on Scorched Earth? Cotton. There you go, there you go, there you go, there. Or the island, like all the maps that I've played. Yes. Morolotops. Lemantria. Okay, I gotta know what's the use of a praying mantis? Are those the natural organic polymer makers, just like Achatinus? Or do they have even more uses than that? I load both maps up every so often to grab tames, but not actually play them in a long time. Both the island and Scorched are trash. Come on, don't diss them. They honestly, they were the first maps. So I mean, if they are subpar, there's a reason for it. Look at me getting all defensive here because I actually like these. Mantis is very, very useful for harvesting on certain maps, but I can't tell you what for. But you would recommend me to tame a mantis then, I guess. No. Okay. Alright, will do. Once I get time to do that, I will. I'm putting it in the backlog. So, how's everybody doing with meat? Let's check the breeding area as well, the breeding shelf. Oh, I forgot. Oh, have they already... Ah, I forgot to check on the eggs. Any eggs here? Yeah, look at that. Nice. There's one. And there's another one. Nice. They have very, very long timers, it would seem. Not as long, not as short as the island creatures. Very nice. Cool. Egg storage. Okay. Very nice. These are all eggs that have actually been meticulously bred. These are the ones that I have gotten from my highest levels so far. All the wyverns up top on the mushroom plateau, they're actually, you know, pretty trash because like they're like level 24, level 32. But I feel like it's good to have them. Maybe I won't even beat the Manticore the first battle with them, but at least I'll be able to, you know, make use of them, and then I'll be able to study as well the fight itself. What about food? Do you have food? Oh yeah, you did have food. Good. Yeah. And I did check here, right? Yes, I did. Oh, that's not much, though. One more there. There we go. Oh, shit. They don't have, They don't have, berries. Let's give them some berries. There we go. Good. Okay. And the helicopter did have fuel, right? I'm just gonna call Scuzzy the helicopter from now on. Yeah, okay, good. Ab will be hard because all you can take is the Doed. What do you mean all I can take? Why can't I take the others? These are also ground creatures. What do you mean? This doesn't sound good. Do 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 do. Oh wait, I already did check up here, I think. Alright, we're almost done. Let's just do this. Hey, Scuzzy! Welcome back, man. Oh, they do? It does? Okay, interesting. I wonder if you get the lore about that. That's gonna be interesting. Even though people keep telling me that Ab is gonna be a bit love-hate relationship, I am actually looking forward to it as a new map. I hardly got to know Scorched Earth properly before I'm moving on, you know? No, actually, I feel like I've gotten everything out of this map that I really wanted to. And my base is suitably built, and yeah. I feel like I'm done here. The maps are all built to be played from scratch, especially Ab. Alright. Okay, you know what? That's totally fine. I mean, I don't mind playing from scratch. In fact, when I got here, even though I had some stuff in the obelisk, I was still kind of excited to start over from scratch. I was a little bit sick of having, like, almost everything. I mean, I did even get a tech fabricator at the end, though I didn't really make any tech gear, but I was, like, at that point where I was about to step into that world. But it's okay. I mean, we'll get there eventually. Right now, we're focusing on just getting through the story. I think that's it. Yes. And get rid of that. Did I... Wait, what happened to the canteens? Did I put them in here? Yes, of course I did. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that works. Scuzzy, you are now known as the helicopter. Looking like freaking Airwolf up there. Ab will only let you download certain creatures, so no Rexes or Thylas or wolves. Aw, no Thylas. No wolves?! How the hell am I supposed to find the notes? Okay. Again, I'm still excited though. Because it's going to be a whole different deal. A whole new adventure. This is what I'm talking about. I really enjoy the switching up. On the island, I was trapped on the island for 3 years. And I didn't really get anywhere. Sometimes I didn't even play the game for a long time. But going through these now in succession, I'm all for it, you know. What am I right? A wolf around. Okay. Yeah, we're done here. Let's get in here and log off. Ooh. Oh, that means I'm gonna have to activate and download Aberration, possibly this weekend. Good to know. Good to know. Very good to know. Very good to know. I need to see if I have enough space for it. I should have. Yeah. Pretty much have 1 terabyte free out of 2 terabytes. Almost. Though I don't know why I have that much. I need to... I think I need to actually clean up on my hard drive a little bit. But not tonight. Obviously. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Riseball, always a pleasure. Cotton, Scuzzy, you be the boss. You be the bosses. And maybe if I stream tomorrow, I will see you tomorrow. And it will be the fight against the Manticore. If I don't stream tomorrow, perhaps I will stream this weekend. Everything depends on what I'm like, what else is going on in my life. But other than that, I will see you on Monday. When we will do Modern Monday, and I guess if we don't stream tomorrow or in the weekend, we will do the thing on Monday. You know, it's nothing. It's no more complicated than that. And then finally, I feel like we're gonna take a break from the ARK, from ARK, and actually do something else Tuesday moving forward. But Mondays are still pretty much gonna be reserved for ARK. Also, where do we... Okay, So not next week, but possibly the week after that is going to be console content when we go back to Blue Dragon. Unless we do it the week after that. But I usually say the last full week of every month. So it is possible that it is only 1 week left until we go back to that. Interesting. All right. Well, that is an issue for a later time. As for now, I wish you the very best. If anybody wants to and hasn't done it yet, you can always check out my Discord, which is reachable through that link. That is where you always get the latest news and updates regarding the channel. And if you want to check my progression with the retro achievements games, that list exists down here. So feel free to go in there and take a look and see where we've been with the retro games and where we are going, because there is a bit of a backlog in there. Maybe I will actually go for that list after Monday. So we'll see. Elder, have a great night and get well from your cold. And Cotton, you stay safe at the gym, and Scuzzy, mind your resin creation. This is EagleBite83 wishing you the best. Take care, and remember to stay safe, mind social distance, and always keep the retro legacy alive. Good night, and goodbye.